Welcome to the Ingest panel. The goal is to copy media from a source to a destination, optionally to a second backup destination, while controlling what gets copied, how it's verified, and how fast it runs. Before we run a sample job, I'm going to walk through every option so the layout makes sense the first time you see it. At the top, you'll see the preset controls. This lets you save and load complete ingest setups, source workflow options, verification choices, filters, threading, webhook settings, all of it. If you're doing repeatable workflows, like camera cards, a shared NAS drop, or the same show structure, presets are how you stop reconfiguring everything from scratch. There's also a small info icon for an overview tooltip. In the Input section, the main button is Select Source. This supports two workflows. Folder-based ingest. Pick a source folder, like a camera card, shuttle drive folder, or a media drop folder. File list ingest. You can select multiple files or a mix of files and folders, and the panel treats that as a specific selection, not everything in a folder. The source field shows what you picked. If it's multiple items, it'll show a summary like X items selected. Next is clone mode. This is for when you want to treat the source as a folder tree and selectively copy only certain folders, while preserving the structure. When clone mode is enabled, extra controls appear. Folder filter. Type to narrow the tree by name. Select all. Select or deselect everything in the tree. Show file count. Shows counts per folder. Important behavior changes in clone mode. Clone mode expects a source folder, not a scattered file list. Clone mode is designed for a deliberate, folder-driven copy, so some options that make sense for classic ingest don't apply the same way. If you're not doing selective folder cloning, leave this off and use classic ingest. Inside file handling options, you control what gets included and how the copy behaves. This is the integrity section, how you prove the copy is correct. You'll choose a verification method from the dropdown. If you ever set verification to none, the app will warn you before it lets you run, because that's basically choosing speed over certainty. If you want Ingest to notify other systems, there's automation integration. Ingest behavior, performance and reliability. This section controls speed and fault tolerance. Parallel copy enables multi-threaded copying. Auto threads lets the app choose a thread count automatically. This is useful when drive speed varies between systems. Thread slider, manual control when auto threads is off. Practical advice. If you're copying to slower external drives or shared storage, too many threads can hurt more than help. Auto threads is a good default unless you know your storage can handle aggressive parallelism. In watch mode, the controls behave differently. You're essentially starting and stopping a watch session. Logs can represent the full watch session rather than a single one-off job. Now the output section, the part you can't skip. Destination is required. This is where the main copy goes. Backup is optional, but if you enable it, it becomes mandatory to set a backup path. The checkbox Enable Backup turns on Dual Copy. That means the ingest writes two copies, the main destination and a second backup location. There's also Auto Create Folder. This is a convenience feature to create a new folder at the destination automatically, useful when you want each ingest to land in its own named folder instead of piling everything into one place. At the bottom you have Notes, a human-readable note that gets associated with the job. A summary area that acts like a job preview, your configuration at a glance. A hide log window toggle to keep the UI clean during long jobs. The live log output, which is where you'll see what's happening in real time. Now that the options make sense, let's run a sample ingest with a backup copy. First, I'll choose a source. Next, I'll set the destination. Now I'll set the backup destination, and I'll enable backup dual copy so the job writes 2 verified copies. For verification, I'll pick a solid default, Blake 3, and I'll keep skip duplicates enabled so reruns don't waste time. I'll turn on save log so the job produces a report. In ingest behavior, I'll keep parallel copy on and auto threads on, so it adapts to the destination drive speed. And finally, I'll hit start. While it runs, the panel locks the controls so settings don't change mid-job. You'll see progress and live logging. If something goes wrong, permissions, missing folders, path conflicts, you'll see it immediately in the log, and the job will fail safely rather than pretending it succeeded. When it finishes, you'll get a completion summary, and if save log was enabled, you'll have a job report saved out for reference.